Have you heard the news?
What news?
Well, the news on KCIK TV.
Yeah, but there's no news at 6 or 10 on KCIK.
You're right. That's the news. At 6, it's WKRP in Cincinnati, and at 10, it's The Late Show, starring Joan Rivers, followed by INN News at 11. So you don't have to watch the news at 6 or 10 on KCIK.
Now that's great news.
KCIK TV 14, Cable Channel 8.
Live from Fox Television Center in Hollywood, it's The Late Show starring Joan Rivers. Joan's guests tonight are Kate Jackson, musician Michael McDonald, Howie Mandel, Hugh Hefner, and the winner of the Lucky Dog Lookalike Contest. With the Party Boys and the Tramps. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Joan Rivers.
Pretty color suit. We have the best show for you today. I'm so glad you're here this evening. We have Kate Jackson, who is just incredible. Hugh Hefner, a man who has seen more chess than the Colonel. That blew that joke. Hugh Hefner, a man who has seen more breasts than the Colonel Sanders. Okay. Michael McDonald. From St. Elsewhere's, Howie Mandel, who is just so wonderful. What is really exciting more than anything, yesterday in New York City, they had a Master Dog Lookalike Contest. I don't know if any of you saw it. And I was one of the finalists. The grand prize... Thank you. The grand prize was $10,000, and I entered with my dog, Spike. We didn't win, unfortunately. We got honorable mention. But I am proud to say I was also named honorary bitch, so that makes me very happy. But let me show you. Would you like to see Spike and me together? This is what... Yeah, okay. We have the winner here tonight, which is very exciting, the lookalike list. Also, I want you to know, I was not the only celebrity to make an idiot and enter. A lot of celebrities entered, but Spike and I, we came in with 3 votes ahead of anyone. The next closest to us, of course, was Yoko Ono and her master. But that was... But we brought back with us some clips of the other people in the contest. Would you like to see some clips? Here are lookalikes and their dogs, okay? These are the clips from last night's contest. The person in the pooch that looked more like each other than any other people in America, Mr. Dean Lund and his dog, Alibaba. Now, let's see the two of you close together.
All right. Rally. Turn around and look at the lights.
All right, now we'll decide. What do you think? Can we get a close-up? Yeah. All right. That's very nice. Now you won. How much did you win?
$10,000.
Oh, you can sit down in the chair.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. You can put him on the couch.
All right, up here.
Yeah. Get up. Get up on the couch.
He doesn't sit on furniture. Come on.
Oh, excuse me. So, you won $10,000. Are you going to split it?
No.
You're not going to split it? What are you going to buy the dog?
Well, he had part of my steak the other night, and I've supported him for 7 years.
Now, what are you going to do with the money? What are you going to do with it?
After I've given part of it to charity, my wife and I will probably go to China next summer.
That's great. That's great. Good for you. Good for you. Are you going to take the dog?
I'm afraid not.
He would like the Great Wall. You can initiate the Great... Now, he's sitting there. He's a semi-good dog. Okay. What is he? He's a what?
Standard poodle.
Standard poodle. And does he do tricks? Like my Spike does wonderful tricks.
Does he? Well, yes, he does a lot of obedience things, hand signals.
Show us a couple of tricks.
All right. Come on, Ollie. Sit. Stay.
Go. Ellie, go. Do you have any other dogs at home?
Yes, I also have an apricot standard. My wife has an Irish setter.
So are the other two jealous?
No, they get along really well.
But only one looks like you.
Yes.
What does your wife look like?
My wife has red hair. She looks like her dog.
Well, I want to thank you both so much for coming, and come back again next year if you win.
All right.
Okay?
Since you've only got an honorable mention,
yeah,
can we give you and Spike a Lucky Dog T-shirt?
Oh, absolutely.
The rest of us got them in New York, but you weren't there.
Okay. Thank you very, very... This can fit me, too. Thank you so very much. We'll be back in a moment with Kate Jackson, Michael McDonald, Howie Mandel, and Hugh Hefner. So stay tuned.
The Late Show is brought to you by the heartbeat of America, today's Chevrolet, and by Performing Preference from L'Oreal.
Listen to the heartbeat of America. Listen to the heartbeat.
When it's time for a change, put yourself in today's Chevy Cavalier and listen to your heartbeat.
The heartbeat of America. That's today's Chevrolet.
Some people say I'm attractive. I say I agree. After all, I had nothing to do with it. I owe that to my mother and father. But how I take care of my looks is up to me. And for my hair, only Performing Preference will do. It gives my hair layers of light because the color's translucent. And my hair is always healthy looking and fit. Do I deserve such riches? Only if I think I'm worth it.
Performing Preference from L'Oreal.
What's it like at the movies with Rex Reed and Bill Harris? See for yourself.
For someone who is one of the homeliest men in the world, he is shameless.
Well, on the other hand, he's fat. I was delighted to see him back on top.
He's balding.
Funny, in great shape. He looks like a sack of potatoes. I would be proud to have him as a partner in anything, except dancing. Speak for yourself, Bill.
Rex Reed and Bill Harris. It could only happen at the movies.
At the movies, Saturday nights at 10 on TV 14.
Tried everything to make Mom happy. I take her to dinner. She gets mad about eating in the car. I treat her to a movie. She wants to change the channel. But this week, I'm taking her to McMahon's Furniture. They've got name brands on sale, low monthly payments, free delivery, the works. But this is it. If a trip to McMahon's doesn't make Mom happy, I'm finding a place of my own.
McMahon's brings it on home again.
No fooling, Mom. This time, I mean it.
You sound great, Ma. My first guest stars each week in the CBS series Scarecrow and Mrs. King. We also know her as one of the original Charlie's Angels, and they always said she's the one with the brains, but she also had a lot of beauty. This Saturday morning, she's going to be the sponsor of a tennis tournament at UCLA, which is starting at 9:30, and the money will go for battered and missing children. Will you please welcome the adorable, the sexy, the dynamic, my good friend, Kate Jackson. You brought T-shirts? That's
yes, okay, this is what I have to do. I brought something for the Tramp.
Our band Tramp.
And then something for you and I, okay? Okay. So I'll go give this to the Tramp.
Okay.
And you keep this, and don't show it yet.
No, I
you
promise.
can peek.
I promise.
Don't open it yet.
I promise.
Okay.
All right.
Now,
this is the Beverly, this is the band Tramp.
Okay, now, don't show it to the people yet. Okay. But when you do, show it proud, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I haven't seen it.
All right, wait. Don't open it yet.
Okay, okay.
I've never done anything like this in my life. Don't show it to the people yet.
I haven't
Don't. Get ready to open it and show it to the people. All right.
Tell me
you ready, Tramp? Okay, Tramp, show it proud. Wait a minute now. Okay, John. It's yours.
Did you ever have a one-night stand? Seriously. Did you ever, like, meet somebody? We can talk now. We're very close.
No,
Let's both put this back on, and we'll call these truth T-shirts.
Okay.
Did you ever have meet somebody, and it was very romantic? I don't just mean, like, you know. And did you ever spend, like, one night with someone and never see them again?
We're not shown in Alabama, are we?
No.
Because, you know, the answer, it will make a difference.
No.
In whether or not I tell it. No, in fact, it won't make any difference. I won't tell the truth, no matter where we are.
Did you ever have a two-night stand?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Oh! Well, look, I mean, nowadays, that's almost like a meaningful relationship. You know what I'm saying?
No. Isn't that great? I'm so jealous. And
I'm only kidding. Where's the camera, Mother?
No, you shouldn't. Why should it be double standards? Men have that.
Yes, they do.
I think it's because women are more sensitive. I think we want much more than just, you know, ding-dong, in and out, and have a good time. I mean ringing the bell, going into the apartment, coming back out. I don't mean... But you know what I'm saying? I think women are more sensitive. And especially when you're good-looking, you don't need that because you have so many men. But I was looking at People magazine, speaking of good-looking.
You know, I haven't read that article yet, so this is going to take me
three of you look Homeward Angels, and they show all three of you 10 years later.
That's the Time magazine cover. You know, we were on the cover of Time magazine. It was one of the most incredible things I ever did was look on my coffee table and see myself on the cover of Time magazine.
Yeah. Do you go to the... Do you, when you see yourself in a magazine like Time, people you can expect to see yourself in because it's a current magazine. But Time, didn't you think, my God, to be on the cover of Time?
That really meant something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you frame it?
Yes, I did, as a matter of fact.
I
did.
Yeah. What room did you put it in?
It's in a hallway.
Yeah. Where do you keep your trophies?
In the back hallway.
Yeah, is that because you're embarrassed?
Well, no, you know, I mean, it was great, but it was also yesterday, so.
Now, these three girls, which is amazing, 10 years later, all three of you are still major stars. Farrah Fawcett and Jackie. I know.
You know, Jackie, she just had another little baby. You know, she has a little boy and a little girl, a little baby Spencer, and I'm her godmother.
So you're very friendly, the three of you.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? That's nice. 10 years later, still stay friends. Who weren't you friendly with as they came through? After the
I didn't know the two who came after me. I met Shelley Hack, and she was very nice. And Cheryl and I were never that close, but we were, you know, I mean, we were all pretty friendly.
But not friendly like this?
No. Jackie and I think are probably the closest. We've really, really stayed good friends.
What do you do, like you say, good friends? Don't you work all the time, and now you're producing, and you're directing, and you're starring? I mean, it's major work. Nobody thinks, you know, how hard it is, what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, it doesn't leave a lot of free time, but...
How often do you see your friends?
Well, I talk on the phone a lot. For instance, to Jackie and to my family in Alabama. I don't see my friends nearly as much as I wish I could, but let's see, that'd be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, I'm right, 11 years of series television now at the end of this year. And I've managed to keep up pretty well. But I really have for 11 years. It's been a long haul.
A typical day when you're working, and then a typical day when you're not working.
When I'm working, I get up about 5 o'clock in the morning. They pick me up at 5:30. I'm on the set.
Makeup?
Makeup, hair, wardrobe, learning lines, some changes here and there. From directing, I'm up even earlier, and there even earlier. And then we work, you know, until lunch, and usually have a half-hour lunch, and then I usually work a 12, 13-hour day. When I'm directing, it can go as long as 18. That's a long day.
It's a horrendous day.
But the directing is a lot of fun. You know, I like it especially on the days that I'm not acting. When I found myself saying, when I don't have to work, when I just direct, you know, when I go in and direct, because then, you know, it's a lot looser. It's more fun.
Do you find, because you're so sexy, and you're an object to a lot of people, do you find it's very hard for men to take you seriously?
I don't know.
When you direct, because a director is a person of authority.
No, because, you know, I really, I've been in front of the camera doing this for so long. I'm not ready to do a big movie or anything, but as a way of learning, I read an article that Steven Spielberg had, an interview he had given, and he said, you know, the only way you really learn to do it is by doing it. You can't watch another director direct and learn to direct. So, I just found that I could take the script, and it's not going to be brilliant every week, take the script that I'm given and do the best job with it that I can and try to make nice moving pictures. Try to make it so that it's not a show that you can walk out of the room and hear the sound and you don't need to see it, because that would just be radio, which I think television is guilty of a lot. Yeah. So, and the crew takes me seriously, I think, because I'm excited about it, and, you know, I'm trying to think of a little way to do it a little bit differently and make it a moving picture.
Did you ever think, because I was reading your biography back in my dressing room, you came out alone, a girl alone, you got in a car and you just drove out here.
Yeah.
And you said, I'm going to make it in the business. Did you ever think you'd make it to the extent you made it? I mean, where did you think you'd end up?
I never doubted that I would do everything that I've done, and there's still so many things yet to do. I know that there's the lady that wrote this article in People, it said something about I was stuck in the, I forget the adjective of series television. And I would just like to say to that lady, I haven't heard the fat lady sing yet, so we'll see.
We'll see in a second. Coming up is Michael McDonald, Howie Mandel, and Hugh Hefner after these messages, so please stay tuned. We'll see.
Do you keep your cat's litter box smelling fresh?
Yeah, no.
Well, let your cat help.
How?
With Fresh Step cat litter. It releases tiny odor controllers every time he scratches or steps. Now, does he keep his litter box smelling fresh?
Yeah, yeah.
Fresh Step. Freshens with every step.
We're giving Flo Babbitt just 10 seconds to prove that Formula 409 is so fast and effective, it starts to work before you start to wipe. Ready, Flo? Flo?
I did it. Why are the critics losing their heads over Jumping Jack Flash?
Jumping Jack Flash.
Because it's hysterically funny.
I'm a little black woman in a big silver box.
One of the best movies of the year.
Tell me the truth.
It's outrageously funny.
Is she on some kind of medication?
It's hilarious.
Oh, this is for a date?
Whoopi Goldberg in Jumping Jack Flash.
Hey! Whoa!
Rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
If you thought Friday was going to be a nice, quiet night on TV, think again. The Superstars of Wrestling, featuring the World Wrestling Federation, now on Friday nights at 9. The WWF, the World Wrestling Federation, Friday nights at 9 here on KCIK TV 14. Going strong.
Hi, I'm Andy Borman. Mr. I Am Tough is back again. I don't want to see one Honda. I want to see lots of Hondas. You have come to the right place. I want selection, and I want it today. Is 50 Hondas enough? Yes, but where are they? At Borman Honda Isuzu in Las Cruces.
The selection is great at Borman Honda Isuzu in Las Cruces.
Awesome!
Separately from Kenner.
Everybody remembers my next guest when he was churning out hit after hit as one of the Doobie Brothers. He is now doing the same thing on his own. His current album, No Looking Back, is doing very well on the charts, and he is here to sing Sweet Freedom. Michael McDonald.
Can't you see what's going on deep inside your heart? Always searching for the real thing, living like it's far away. Sleep all the madness in yesterday. You're holding the key when you believe it. Shine, sweet freedom, shine your light on me. You wanna magic, you're right where I wanna be. Sweet freedom, carry me along. We'll keep the spirit alive, on and on. We'll be dancing in the moonlight, dancing with the rising sun. Living like we've never done, going all the way, oh, reaching out to make the changes, touching every shining star. The light of tomorrow is right where we are. There's no turning back. What I'm feeling, sweet freedom, shine the light on me. You wanna magic, you're right where I wanna be. Shine, sweet freedom, carry me along. We'll keep the spirit alive, on and on. Ooh, 'cause there'll be starlight.
Let me see the eyes. Oh, look, women go crazy with his eyes. Every secretary upstairs said, look at his eyes, look at his eyes. Since you were a child, they're beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And your wife likes them too because you're married now.
That's right.
So, yeah, I know. Did that cut down a lot of fun on the road for you?
Help me get up earlier in the morning.
Yeah. Now, I first saw you as a Doobie Brother, and you were so successful. What made you break up?
Well, a lot of things. None of really which were any animosity so much between the band. I think with a lot of bands, what happens, a lot of situations like the band, you know, you get to a point where the band starts running you, and you're not running the band anymore. And as, you know, up until that point, we had always been able to pretty much create our own destiny or be masters of our own destiny, at least in the artistic sense, you know, given all the things that might happen. And then we just got to a point where it seemed like the powers that be were dictating the policy artistically and things like that. So.
Were you worried when you broke up? Did you think maybe I'm blowing something wonderful and I'll never,
Yeah, very much so. In fact, we played one night at the Chicago Fest, and there was about 100,000 people in the audience. Not just to see us, but because it was the Chicago Fest, we kind of drew that many people around the band. And I remember thinking, looking out on the audience, that it was our farewell tour, thinking, you know, we ought to have our heads examined or something before we walk away from this. But it was the time and the place, and I don't think any of us have any regrets, really.
Do you still ever see each other?
Yeah, a lot. In fact, I was up at Patrick's house about a month ago. We've toyed with the idea of having a reunion. We just haven't come up with the excuse yet. That's,
Is he married too?
No, that's...
So he's having the good life, and you're having the quiet life. But which is different, yeah. Our next, should I bring out Howie Mandel? Our next guest also got married, yeah. But he just had a baby. There's no baby yet in your house.
No, not yet. No.
Our next guest is adorable. He's been he's all over the media. Film, television, stage, records, pay television, home video, everything. He just finished a film where he was on all fours for 70% of the movie, which is typically Howie Mandel. You know him from St. Elsewhere as Dr. Wayne Fishers. Will you please welcome Howie Mandel?
Congratulations to you.
Congratulations to you.
Mike McDonald, Kate Jackson. It's neat meeting you. It's neat meeting you. I used to watch, I never missed an episode of Charlie's Angels. I don't know if I told you this, but I used to be able to relate to that show because I actually did that in high school for 2 summers. That was my summer job.
Being an angel?
No. You're a nut. No, I was like the Charlie character. I grew up in Toronto, Canada, and this was just like a summer job. Whenever there was like, say there was like bank robberies or there was like a string of murders in the area, I would dispatch 3 beautiful women to solve it. Oh, now they know who I am.
Is that how you met your wife?
No, no, she wasn't an angel. I met my wife. I don't get it. My wife I actually met on a blind date. My wife and we actually met on a blind date. I mean, I knew my wife, but we didn't know the person who set it up. Is that weird? That is really weird.
How's the baby?
The baby's great. My wife and I have just started potty training, which I think is important because when we want to potty train the baby, we should set an example.
Oh, I think so.
I guess you can just walk her in the living room and say, "Don't do what Mummy did." That's weird. But we're starting potty training. We really are. It's weird. Your daughter, I saw your daughter.
Well, she's all potty trained now.
She is potty trained.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You can always tell. I can tell there's a certain gleam about a woman who's potty trained. There's a confidence there. But we're potty training now, and there is. Did you ever notice it? And there's a certain smell to someone who isn't.
So how are you potty training?
But this is the truth. You know how I got pamphlets because, like, I didn't know how because I don't remember. But you have to do it like with reward. Is that how you did it?
Yes.
When my daughter goes on the potty, she gets a cookie. So now she won't go unless she's hungry. I think that's neat, except that I don't know when you tell her that doesn't work. She'll be like 25 and out on a date, and you hear her from the ladies' room going, "I'm finished, I want my cookie."
We'll be right back with Howie Mandel. You have the Every Veggie Show. Stay tuned. Oh, you're hot tonight.
The game is a question of scruples.
You're cleaning your daughter's room and stumble on her diary. Do you read it?
Well, I know I shouldn't.
Oh, come on, Helen. You go through my pockets.
That has nothing to do with it.
It's okay, Helen. I go through Mike's, too.
You what?
No, I would not read the diary.
You're lying.
You're right.
The game is a question of scruples. You find a wallet. You can tell the owner is wealthy. Do you keep the money? A question of scruples from Milton Bradley. It's a game and more.
You didn't think was in, you gave me something I really like. More satisfaction. You didn't think was in, you gave me a way to eat right. Eat right. More satisfaction. You did it lean cuisine. You gave me more, much more. You gave me more. You gave me taste I never had before. Lean cuisine. More satisfaction with you.
Last year's comedy hit, It's a Living, serves up another season of laughs.
Ready to trot, big boy?
When America's funniest restaurant reopens for business.
Yeah, and I feel lucky tonight.
With the best waitresses in town.
It's going to be busier than a ladies' room on nickel beer night.
And swinging entertainment.
Are you divorced?
Yes, I am.
Bingo.
So be our guest this fall.
Roger?
With It's a Living.
Saturday evenings at 5:30 on TV 14.
Coors Extra Gold, KHA 196, and KCIK TV 14 present the 3rd annual Lighthouse for the Blind Fajita Cook-Off, October 19th at McKelligan Canyon starting at 1 p.m. The 1986 Fajita Cook-Off with El Paso's best fajitas and continuous family entertainment. Last year's was great. This year's will be even better. Don't miss all the family fun as Coors Extra Gold, KHA 196, and KCIK TV 14 present the 3rd annual Lighthouse for the Blind Fajita Cook-Off Sunday, October 19th at McKelligan Canyon. It starts at 1. We'll see you there.
I'm Jay Duncan, your host for Jay's Picks. Join me this Saturday night at 8:30 for Witness for the Prosecution.
Then he told me to wash the cuffs. They had blood on them.
Go on.
I said, Leonard, what have you done?
And what did the prisoner say to that?
He said, I've killed her.
Christine, why are you lying? Why are you saying these things?
Sight, our most precious gift. For 20 years, the West Texas Lions Eye Bank has helped others to see. Won't you help?
You guys sound great. Mark Hudson. I bought your brother's house. I bought Bill Hudson's house. I just bought a house. I'm real excited about that. You know, it's well, go.
I don't know which one.
Well, I don't know. Does he have a lot of them?
Yeah.
I think if you have 5, you get a hotel, right? I don't know that much about houses. I was buying this house, and the real estate agent told me it's a feature. This one has like a circular driveway, and I said, well, great, I got a house with a circular driveway. But really, it's a pain because mine's an actual circle. It doesn't go out to the road. I just was driving around for a long time.
Are you home a lot, or your career's in such high gear now?
I've been traveling. I just got back. I should plug a few things.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
My ears and my nose. I want to plug. Well, I got a Paramount Comedy Theater. I got these tapes coming out where I host and bring out comedians, and you can go to the stores. It was done just to rent, so people can rent it and then give it back the next day. Isn't that a great concept?
That's great.
And then I got a movie, Bobo the Dog Boy, is coming out.
That's when you're...
February, March. But I've been traveling. We've been in St. Elsewhere. I'm in the middle of an episode. Should I tell what happened?
Tell what happened.
gets shot and killed.
Oh, that's the end of you?
I'm serious.
Oh.
And I was in, and then I go through, like, I have an out-of-body experience in this episode. So, have you ever done that? You believe that? In transcendental meditation, you ever, like, left your body? I think that's a neat thing. But you got to watch where you're going when you leave your body. One time I left my body and I went shopping. When I got back, nothing fit. So now I'm going to take my body. I figure you save time, you can leave your body at home, and then you got to return everything. No, but this is, I actually go to, like, heaven and hell and purgatory, and I was just in Page, Arizona. I was in...
Now, is that heaven or hell?
I don't know. They're probably watching. I don't want to tell. Person! Someone's just yelling out, Howie.
Howie, he likes you. Tell me about Arizona.
Arizona was neat. I was on. We were in the middle of the desert on an Indian reservation, a Navajo Indian reservation, and they have these people live in adobe huts. It's beautiful land. They live in these adobe huts that seat about 4 people, and they have satellite dishes beside. So they sit in these adobe huts watching Dynasty, and there's like one adobe hut every 2 miles, which I think is like a nice way of living. You know, it's secluded, except if you're a kid on Halloween. It's just like, you're out there for like 2 years, and you get 2 candies. Every house is like 2 miles away. And I wonder if there's like weird Indians that would give you like a tomahawk in your apple. Could that happen? And Indians would come to me some days and just give me things. They just walk up to me and give me things, and then the next day, they would take them away.
Why?
They know why. They were Indian givers. That's terrible, isn't it?
It's terrible.
It is terrible. And I've been traveling. I went to London, England, for the first time.
Isn't that my favorite city in the whole world?
You know, I was just going to say it's my favorite city in the whole world. And then you said it, and then it's your line, but I'm saying it too. I went on the Concorde. Did you travel on the Concorde?
Yes, it's my favorite plane in the whole world.
Me too. Wow, this is like deja vu. The Concorde was great. It travels twice the speed of sound, which is fun, except you can't hear the movie till 2 hours after you land.
We'll be right back with Hugh Hefner after this segment, so don't turn your dial.
Why should I pay with just any credit card when this one pays me money back?
The Discover Card. Smart move.
A credit card that pays you money back on every purchase.
Choose it, just your style.
Money that adds up to a yearly cash bonus.
Get it back.
All from a card that costs nothing to get.
Smart move. The Discover Card.
Let's see that dress.
Let's see that card. Use it at more and more places like Radio Shack, Casual Corner, and Kinney Shoes.
Hey, haven't seen you around here for a while.
I've been at that car dealership down the street.
What's it like?
Terrible. Everyone's always complaining about high prices and lousy service. Then they kick me and knock over my food dish.
Well, it isn't like that here.
Really?
No way. Here comes one of our customers. Watch this.
Wow, what is this place anyway?
University Ford Mazda, where the nice people are.
Hi, I'm Lorenzo Lamas. This is Sweet Dreams, and we are dancing to the hits. Dancing to the hits right here on KCIK TV 14.
I think totally revolutionized the magazine business. He certainly found out early about the sexual revolution, went right with it, and helped our country become, I think, very liberal. It's Hugh Hefner, but before we bring him out, I think we should all make him feel at home, so we should all wear robes.
Oh, okay.
All right? Because this is for you, Kate, okay?
thank you.
Okay, Michael, there's one for Michael. This is one for you, Howie. We couldn't find, if you don't mind.
I have the same one at home.
This just makes it a little more casual, all right?
You know, I feel sexy.
My next guest, as I said, you just say the name Hugh Hefner. I don't think you have to say anything more. He is absolutely one of the most brilliant men in the publishing field alive today. He's an industry. He's a national landmark. He's just Hugh Hefner. He's just wonderful. Please, let's put him on.
I should have left on my pajamas.
That's why. We were hoping. Now, how you look wonderful.
I'm feeling good.
Retirement really, really, really agrees with you.
Yes. Well, it's it's kind of partial retirement. I'm working on an autobiography and enjoying life a little more than ever.
You've really given up the reins now of Playboy and let your daughter do it?
I've got my daughter taking care of the day-by-day detail.
So what happens? Because she's brilliant. I read about your daughter, Christy, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's a Phi Beta Kappa.
Yes.
What happens if you open an issue and you just say this is wrong?
Well, it doesn't work quite like that. She really deals with the business side of it, and I'm still very much involved in the editorial of the magazine.
So
we have monthly meetings.
So you still pick the Playgirls,
yes,
the Playmates?
Still pick the Playmates.
Yeah, that's tough. So you're really not really, yeah.
Yes, I stay with the really important things, yes.
How did it upset you? Because you thought of the idea of combining a good man's magazine with pictures of beautiful girls, and then along came Hustler, and along came Penthouse. I mean, didn't you just get furious because they really just stole your ideas? I mean, there was nothing new about them.
Well, I always felt that someplace along the way, because Playboy now is 32 years old, and I always felt that someplace along the way with the changing of values and times that we would be getting competition, and the surprise is that it came from really variations on the theme or imitations.
But you don't get angry and say, because I'd say, damn it, I'd be crazed. It's my idea, and the hell with them, and I would not take it gently. Oh, hello.
No.
That's
I don't. Those aren't the things that get me angry. I think that things are too good.
What about frontal nudity? I mean, at this point, medical students should buy, all these magazines. I mean, nothing is. I mean, I see things on women I didn't even know I owned. I mean, it's just. Don't you think you're showing a bit too much?
Well, I think there's a tendency to come to once the field began to open up and some of the other more explicit, excuse the expression, some of the more explicit magazines came along. I think that Playboy is sometimes thought of in a genre, but those who actually read the magazine know that there's a significant difference in both the quality of editorial and also in terms of the explicitness of the pictures between Playboy and the other magazines. I mean, we're not gynecological.
Well, I don't know what you consider gynecological. I think, you know what I'm saying. I have to go by the others now.
Yes, you look at some of the other magazines that you mentioned, and
you see the difference.
You'll see a significant difference.
What kind of background do you come from to have thought of this kind of whole... No, I don't mean this, no. I mean, you changed what a good magazine was all about. Single-handedly, I think you did this.
Well, I was raised in the Midwest by Methodist parents in what I think was a typical home environment of the period, and I was raised in very repressive circumstances. I grew up in the 30s and early 40s in both repressive circumstances and in a very I was a very romantic kid when I was young, and raised by movies and believed some of the lyrics of the romantic songs, and I think the Playboy is very much a result of that. I think the Playboy really is a response to what for me is some of the more repressive Puritan attitudes that existed earlier. And what I've tried to do with the magazine is combine in one editorial package something that is entertaining and worth reading, but also includes the the sensual part of life.
Were your parents alive when you?
Oh yes, my mother, who is about to be 91, is still alive and very healthy.
Now, what did she think if you came from this very strict background? What did she think the first time she saw TNA?
Yeah, well, I think it was a very real transition. An evolution for her as well as for society. I think that to begin with, she was not too sure what I was doing, although she was always, both she and my father were very supportive. Dad came to work for me in the late 50s because he was an accountant and helped keep the books together. I think that when I started doing the Playboy philosophy in the early 60s, and she saw what I was trying to do and saw also the impact and response, some of it positive, that was going on even in terms of religious circles, that she came with me.
Last question, Michael, if you were to sing another song, because I just ask you one thing quickly. We always hear about the parties of the Playboy Mansion, and certain people are blackballed, not allowed to come back. Give us a couple of names. Just a couple of names.
No.
Give me one name of somebody you wouldn't want to see at a party.
Somebody who was welcome before and is
no longer welcome.
I don't think I could.
Am I welcome?
Sure.
Can I call you Hef?
Yes.
You can call me Hal.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll call you whatever we like right after this message of interest and then a song from Michael McDonald. Okay.
Hey, thanks for helping.
You're welcome. Want me to spray some air freshener?
No, air lightener.
Air lightener?
Mm-hmm. Glade Light.
What's the difference?
Smell. Glade Light has half the fragrance.
Half?
Mm-hmm. So it's right whenever a regular air freshener might be too much.
Stops odors.
Right, but it does it lighter.
Air lightener. Hey, thanks for helping.
You're welcome.
Glade Light, the air lightener.
Today's small cars are tougher than ever on oil. Their high-compression engines not only rev high, they can run hotter than regular small car engines. Their searing heat can begin to break down an oil immediately. That's why there's Castrol, the only leading motor oil that in every grade provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol before your engine does something to get you heated up. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars.
Listen to the heartbeat of America. Listen to the heartbeat of America.
When you know what you want, put yourself in today's Chevy Cavalier and listen to your heartbeat.
The heartbeat of America. Chevrolet. That's today's Chevrolet.
Introducing Wendy's new Big Classic hamburger.
This is the good stuff.
Can't get it in a Whopper.
This is the good stuff.
Can't get it in a McDLT.
This is the good stuff.
Wendy's new Big Classic.
Fresh meat, fresh taste, big size. This is the one made right before your eyes. This is the good stuff.
Wendy's new Big Classic.
Can't get enough. This is the good stuff.
Coors Extra Gold, KA196, and KCIK TV14 present the 3rd annual Lighthouse for the Blind Fajita Cook-Off, October 19th at McKelligan Canyon starting at 1 p.m. The 1986 Fajita Cook-Off with El Paso's best fajitas and continuous family entertainment. Last year's was great. This year's will be even better. Don't miss all the family fun as Coors Extra Gold, KA196, and KCIK TV14 present the 3rd annual Lighthouse for the Blind Fajita Cook-Off Sunday, October 19th at McKelligan Canyon. It starts at 1. We'll see you there.
20 minutes a day is all you need to trim, tone, and get in shape. Start your day out right with a 20-minute workout each weekday morning at 6 and again at 11:30. Enjoy the convenience of exercising in the comfort of your own home with this exciting program designed for people who want to stay in shape but don't have a lot of time. 20-minute workout offers a complete exercise routine that can be performed in just 20 minutes. So stay in shape with a 20-minute workout each weekday morning here on TV 14. Going strong.
Keep forgetting is Michael McDonald.
I keep looking, we're not in love anymore. I keep looking, things will never be the same again. I keep looking, how you made it so clear. I keep forgetting, every time you leave, every time I see your smile, hear your hello, and you can only stay a while. And I know that it's hard for you to say the things we both know are true. Tell me how come I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. How come I think things will never be the same again? How you make that so clear? Oh, baby. Every time I hear how you never want to live a lie, how it's gone too far, and you don't have to tell me why. Why you go and while the game is through? If this is what's real, if this is what's true, tell me how come I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore? How come I think things will never be the same again? Oh, baby, how you make that so clear? Don't get up, baby. Don't say that, don't say that, don't say that. I know you're not mine anymore, anyway, anytime. Tell me how come I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. How come I keep forgetting things will never be the same again? Hey, my baby, how you make that so clear? Hey, my baby.
We'll be right back at the Schedule of Interest, so don't go away.
The Late Show has been brought to you by BBB, men's underwear for comfort and fit. Hey, isn't it time you changed your underwear? And by the Heartbeat of America, today's Chevrolet.
My daddy taught me to be prepared for anything.
So, I
put a little something into real estate, a little into insurance, and when I'm playing it real close to the vest, I reach for BVD.
For legendary quality, lasting comfort, invest in BVD underwear.
BVD. Now, where else would I put my personal assets?
You know what really chips me off? When even your fat clothes are too tight. When they tell you you can wear the bridesmaid's dress again. And I'm not a cranky person, except when my nails get chipped, then I really get chipped off. So I use L'Oreal 10-day formula. With a little care, I can go 10 days with hardly a chip. So why do I get chipped off? That's when I can't find L'Oreal.
10-day formula nail enamel from L'Oreal.
If you ever wanted to buy a Honda, hurry to Dick Poe Honda. All 1986 Hondas are priced to sell immediately to make room for the 87s. You can buy a Civic, Accord, or Prelude for the lowest prices ever. Honda, voted #1 over Mercedes for customer satisfaction. You deserve the highest quality for the lowest possible price at Dick Poe Honda. Read Dick Poe's Auto Classified coming to you and save. Read Dick Poe's Auto Classified coming to you and save.
Tomorrow morning's headlines tonight, 7 nights a week. Make it a habit to watch the Independent Network News late night, every night on KCIK TV Channel 14. A complete source of news with background and commentary, yours for the dialing. Don't go to bed without it. Watch the Independent Network News late night, 7 nights a week on KCIK TV 14.
You've photographed most of the most beautiful women in this country. Is there any woman that you've tried to get for Playboy that you haven't that you'd like to get?
Well, I think who you want, it kind of changes from year to year. One person right now?
Yeah.
Maybe Vanna White?
Vanna White. Okay. All right. That shouldn't be hard. I guess tomorrow night will be Larry Hagman, movie critics, Cisco and Eva, rock stars, Stacey Q. And Charles Nelson Riley. So please be with us again tomorrow night. And thank you so much, Kate. You are the best. I love you. Michael, thank you very, very much. Howard, you know anytime. And you have a pleasure having you. Please, you all come back. And thank you to Alibaba, of course, and his Miss Master, Dean Lund, and a special good night to Willard Scott, NBC's answer to mortal sin. And thank you all for watching us. Good night.
All the news that everyone else will read about tomorrow you can see tonight. Watch the Independent Network News Late Night Edition with Morton Dean, next on TV 14.
Joan Rivers Wardrobe by Eamon Wardy of Newport Beach.